We thought of discussing about the module called credit and collections today. So I just give you an overview of this module. Not most of them will use this module in business, but this is also a good module to maintain the credit and collections of, the customers in business. That would normally be here, the credit and collections. It would provide you the various options to maintain the credit management and the collections management in business for on the customer side. So how do you block the credit for the customers, and how do you handle the credit for the customers, and after you would do trade with the customers, how you organize your collections or how you collect the amount from the customers. So Dynamics provides the various options of credit blocking and collections management. So for the credit management, there weren't enough features in this particular version of Dynamics, but there are new features introduced in very recent versions of Dynamics where you can block the particular sales orders or invoices, or you can block a particular customer or a customer group, or you can create customer pools. Like depending on the nature of the collection, you can create a customer pool and organize the collection customer pools again. So generally there would be collection agents, as you can see a name here. So collection agents are the people who are the employees in your company who would collect the money from the customers. So they can be private party or your own employees. So you will pool the customers and assign the pools to each collection agent. So that collection agent is responsible for one pool of customers to collect amount from them. That's how it works. So the collection agent, so you will normally organize the tasks and cases. Tasks means what has to be done. You will organize and the collection agent will exactly perform the same. So he'll go and meet the customer and collect the amount. Or he will send a email or give a call to the customer according to the activity that you have planned. He would either email them, call them, or go and meet them regarding the pending amount from their side. So finally, if the customers are not paying, you can also charge interest on them. And at the end, even if they are not paying and if they become insolvent, then you can write off the amount as bad debts. So everything could be done through this module. When you observe in the perspective of normal business, in a small scale business, it doesn't it's not a very important module. Not most of them would use, but there are segments of business who would use this module for the managing their collections or organizing their collections. So let's see what all the options that we have in this module, and I'll just give you the overview as well as configuration of few options. One of the most important one is this one, aged balances of customers. So if you have to see the aged balances of customers, I mean the pending balances of customers. So I'm just showing you in the USMF legal entity, okay? Or else I'll just change it to the Reliance only. In that legal entity, I'm not sure if we have any aged balances of customers. That's okay. In the credit and collections, I'll just go and create one option called as aging period definition. Credit and collections setup aging period definition here. Credit and collections setup aging period definitions. This aging period definition would be useful for generation of reports as well as grouping the pending balances of either vendors or customers according to the buckets that we create. So you just create an aging period definition, something like 30, 60, sorry, 30, 60, 90, 120 suppose. You can also give 180 as well, or 150. See, it's a default aging period definition. So current, it will start from 0, next 30 days, next 30 days, next 30 days 90, and you can give another 30 here. call it 90 plus or 120, or you can, it's not showing 5 is there here, right? I'll just add above. I'll call it 120, give it 30. I'll call it 150, give it 30. Let's log in like this. So generally you can give the symbols for it actually. Okay. So this is a kind of aging period buckets that we created, which would show you the pending balances of customers from past 30 days, past 60 days, past 90 days, past 120 days, and past 150 days. So the customer balances that are pending from past 30, 60, 90 would be categorized accordingly if you would define an aging period definition like this. So this is backwards, minus 30, minus 30, minus 30. And here also you can give day only, day. And here you can give, here at the end you can give unlimited. Nope. Okay. So for every 30 days you have created a bucket and you have given specific symbols for it actually. So green means, so his pending amount is current. I mean there is no issue. 30 days means okay, is moderate risk. 60 days means something that you have to think of. 90 days means it's been so long that the customer is not paying the due amount. So you have to take further steps, and the symbols just indicate the warning level or the criticality of the customer amount pending. So if you create this aging period definition, and you can use this aging period definition for running the aging period snapshot. So that's somewhere here in the inquiry is periodic tasks actually. Age customer balance is one option we have, this one. If you click on periodic tasks and age customer balances, you can use that aging period definition that you have created here. And you can give a customer pools. If you have a customer pool created, you can give that customer, assign that customer pool here, or if you do not have any, you can run it for all the customers. So criteria is selected as due date of the invoices. And as of today's date, just we have to age the customer balances only for the Reliance legal entity. If you want to run in the background, you can run, or you can run it on the screen, which would take less than a minute. So you can see a message here that the aging snapshot has been created for selected customers. And then the third option you can see here, aged balances. You can see under collections, you can see aged balances where the aged balances will get updated of the customers. So let us see this one. See here it is. You can see for the customer one, you don't have any pending balances actually, according to the aging period snapshot. So there is no amount due in neither currently or that from 30 days, from 60 days, from 90 days, or from long back. You don't have any. But here you have one amount due for this customer two. So 1500 is due, out of which 2500, 1500 is a minus balance due actually. 2500 is of invoices and 4000 is of payments. So you have received some advance payment, I think, for this customer. So because of which it is showing, which is pending from 30 days. So if I go to this one, Walmart, so it takes a while to load. Okay. So minus amount indicates that we are only liable to pay to the customer. You can see here the list of transactions. So actually these two free text invoices has to be settled to each other. Other than this, you have 1500 advance amount that you have received from the customer. So normally it is showing the advance amount as due, but which means we have to repay it maybe, but normally it will show you the list of invoice amounts that are pending, like it is showing here the current invoice pending. In the same way, if the invoice amounts that are pending from the customers from past 30 days, 60 days, so they would be placed accordingly here in different buckets that you have created. It's not only 30, 60 or 90 or something like this. You can create your own aging period buckets, like you can create for every 60 days or for every 1 week or for every 15 days. You can define your aging periods. Earlier we have created, right? So there you can create few more aging period definitions. Like if you would want to create weekly, so we'll just give it as weekly. So weekly in the sense you have to give for every 7 days, right? So backwards of every 7, right? 1 week. Sorry, it went upwards. Another 7, another 7, another 7. So first week, second week, third week, fourth week, like this. So you can also create as buckets like this if you want to. You can add anything above, but I think there is a maximum limit of 6 only that you can create. So this is 6 actually. If I try to add one more, so it is saying no more than 6 aging periods can be used. That's what. For running the reports, no more than 6 can be used, but for aging period snapshot, I think you can use. So just give it a 7 here and day. I can give a symbol for this as well, like read something. Run this. This is weekly. Can also use this one for running the aging period snapshot, which I'll show you now. So you can go to age customer balances again after creating that. So select it rather than this one, select the weekly one, and not as of today's date, aging as of selected date. I'll select a past date, so that let us see. I'll select some date like 15th of December, or let's select something as 22nd of December. Okay. I'm just running it for that particular day. So whatever the balance is pending for that day, so that will show in the aging snapshot. Actually, they'll run it for each day. They'll schedule a job to run. So it's completed here. We can check the balances here, aged balances after running that. So here it is. Again, it is shown. It did not change actually. I was guessing it should change. 1 second. There is some problem. Weekly. It's not. No, it's not updating. Generally, it should give the feasibility to change this aging period definition here as well, but it's not allowing. Let me check it in USMF. Here also it's not allowing, but here you can see there are bunch of customers whose balance is due from a long time. So total amount due, and according to the current date or according means past, from past 10 days, from past 30 days, from past 45 days and 60 days, they have created their own buckets for filter here. So it will generally give you the overview of the customer balances that are pending from various periods. So you can define, you can categorize how much period length that you want, and accordingly you can run this. If you want to bring it out, you can just export it into an Excel and automatically it will be exported. That would be helpful for further process externally to collect the amount. Okay, let's go back to Reliance again. From this page, actually, you can create some actions here. You can create actions, what has to be done, different types of actions you can create. You can categorize your options and you can create the purpose and action, or you can create an appointment with the customer, schedule an appointment so that one of the collection agent will go and have a conversation with the customer, or you can create an event with the customer, and also a kind of activity only just to meet up and discuss, or a task that has to be completed. So all of them are having the same meaning, but they are used for different situations. So you can create them and you can follow up on those particular tasks that you have created. So you can update aging for this customer. Just if you click on here, the aging will be updated. So calculation of interest and collection letters will come back to that point, and write off of the amount as well as run the interest journals and credit and collection journals also will come back. Then you can view the transactions of the customer. What are the transactions that are there for this customer? It will take you to the transactions page only. We know this page already. From all customers also we can go to this page. Then activities, if at all there are any activities scheduled for the customer. If there are none, it will show none. So you can create any activities if you want to. And you can write down the details of the activities, plan, priority, phase, at which phase it is, what is the description, and then other details. So it will help you to maintain the chain of communication with the customer and what is the issue. So other than activities, we also have an important thing called as case. Cases are created to resolve the disputes between the customers and business. So if there is a dispute, for that you can create a case and give the details of the case. Suppose if customer is claiming that some invoice amount that he paid, but we did not receive that amount, so we can create this case. So just you can create this case and it will get a case ID. You can give a case category. You have to plan this case categories and all. Actually, come on, review, list view. We don't have any actually created, so but we can create, and then we can give a description, give a priority for the case. And if it is a dependent case, you can give the parent case details. So it's just like a ticket that you can say which would resolve the issue of the customer. All the details of the tickets will be here, as well as you will have an SLA for it. I mean SLA for it here. Then you will have the notes and the associated knowledge articles for the particular issue. Anything you can link here. So if somebody is following up on daily basis or weekly basis, whatever they have discussed with the customer can be updated here in the case log. Which means whenever somebody come to this page and try to look into what is happening in this particular scenario or for this dispute, they can understand what has happened with all the conversation with the customer, and they'll try to identify or try to come to a conclusion regarding the situation of the dispute. So that's what happens. So you can create case not only for disputes, for any other things, for any general discussions, or if there is any other thing that you want to link the administration and want them to follow up, so you can create cases for the customers as well. So that's all here in which we have in this particular page, and you have this communicate where you can print the customer statement, print or post letters to the customers, then the general details. like prospects, address book, and addresses.